I've not heard of anything like this. I mean, I think it's sometimes happened in a race where somebody has decided they didn't want someone to overtake, and they have not been able to resist the temptation to prevent the person from overtaking by crashing into them. So that has happened. That's kind of something that happens in the sport. But usually what happens in those incidents is that the stewards will take a pretty dim view of that sort of thing. But to actually create an accident in order for the race strategy to work in their favour, and then the other team, this is quite deep, I think, and is something quite new. It is difficult to talk about this because there's still lots that we don't really know for certain, but it's not good for Formula One, whichever way you look at it. And I think that this is not, you can't look at this in total isolation. There's obviously lots of pressures that come to bear on all the players, the drivers, the team owners within Formula One. And I think this is more a symptom of something that is much more deep, that is a problem perhaps with the sport. It's very difficult as a young driver coming into the sport to know exactly what's right and what's wrong. I mean, you only have your conscience as your guide in this sort of instance. And I would have hoped that any driver, if they've been asked to do something, A, which is dangerous, and B, which is perhaps a little bit questionable like that, they would say, I'm not going to do it. You'd hope that. But if your job is on the line and you're under contract and all those things, sometimes you have to obey the instructions of the team owner. But I think that it is down to the individual to resist those things if they don't think it's right. This is the big problem for Formula One at the moment, is people want to believe, and people, I think, have for a long time wondered about what is actually going on behind the scenes in Formula One. And it has to be addressed, and it has to be the opportunity has to be taken, I think, now to address this and admit that the sport has got serious questions about the way it is operating, the way it's conducting itself, and something has to be done about it.